when I think of like for students, I, I'm trying to accept what I've done. What have I accomplished in my life in terms of my mental health? I have not done it alone. I had a counselor who helped me get through a lot, who gave me permission to think in ways that I was always told I wasn't allowed to think in before. And as that got bigger, I've had to accept I created my own way to deal with anxiety. It's my way, and it works the majority of the time. And last night, what caused me anxiety last night was normal. It's something I should have felt anxiety about. It's okay. And it was okay to feel anxiety. And that's what I was telling myself through the middle of it all. This is all okay. This is when it's supposed to show up. Anxiety, the feeling of anxiety is not a bad thing. Anxiety is not a disorder. It's an indicator. When you experience it on intense levels, how deep you feel anxiety, that's where I feel the disorder comes into. But the feeling itself, we have to have it. It's telling us something. The difficult part there is where we ascribe feelings about our feelings. When we tell ourselves, oh, this feeling doesn't feel good, it doesn't feel good, instead of what is this feeling actually telling me before deciding if it feels good or not, we can realize I looked at my anxiety and said, there are some things that these are the areas where it's way out of whack. And these are areas where, okay, that's just, I see why it should show up there. I'm supposed to feel that way right now. Okay, now what do I do about it? Once I realized I was supposed to feel that way, then I could realize what action is next. Now what decision can I make? So what caused me to feel this way? Okay, let's go to when I was in college. And I was extremely excited about it. I went back, I had straight A's. I lived in the dorms. I'd gotten a student loan. Everything was great. I had friends. Life was good. Up until this time, I'd been living on a couple couches for a couple years. I spent a total of about 4 years just living on couches. Nowhere really to go, just bouncing around. And 2 weeks left in the first semester. I was called into the registrar, or I went to get something. It was either in the bookstore or in cafeteria. Man, I swiped my card to get it, and they said, oh, we got a notice on your account. You need to go to registrar's office. And I went to there, and I go inside, and I sit down. And they said, yeah, Mr. Johnson, we're going to need you to call Sally Mae. There's an issue with your account. So I called them up, and they said, yes, Mr. Johnson, we've been meaning to get a hold of you. Yes, so we're not really sure how to say this, but there was a number wrong at the Federal Credit Bureau, and when you applied, and you're not who you thought you were, so we just want to let you know that as of today, you don't have a school loan. There's no school loan with us. You're going to need to find something else if you're going to remain in school. All right, great. Thanks so much. Have a great day. Bye. And that was it. The school told me I could stay there for the next 2 weeks because I had nowhere to go again. Nowhere. This was my plan for the next 4 years. I had summers set up to do things. There was those things that I was a part of with the school. And now you got to figure it out. What are you going to do? What am I going to do now? Now for 2 weeks, I'm sitting in that dorm room thinking to myself, they let me eat. Sometimes you're supposed to feel it. It's a good thing.